I wanted to know what makes the difference between guys like Peyton Manning and Ryan Leaf in their transition to the NFL, and how do you see that applied to guys like Trevor Lawrence and the major hype and pressure that's been placed on him since high school?
Great question, Scott. I think if you go through, Andrew Luck, I think, is the most similar to Trevor Lawrence as of late. And I'm not 100% sure. Before that, I would assume there's other quarterbacks. Peyton Manning was probably one of those quarterbacks, just like Arch Manning now, who's in 10th grade, will have this same exact type of feel because of how good of a player he is with his, legacy and everything. That kid was unbelievable, by the way. ESPN a couple weeks ago. The thing for Trevor Lawrence is it feels like he's a very mature human. And I say that strictly because if you talk to Ryan Leaf, the reason why Ryan Leaf explains, and I think it's a pretty good explanation if you look, I don't think he wasn't mature. He wasn't ready for the next step. Like, he wasn't ready for everything that was going to come with. And I think he would even say that to you about how, there's a lot of pent up frustration and arrogance and ego and everything that he kind of lived around that kind of forced him to not be the best that he could possibly be whenever he was on the Chargers. He said he didn't even want to go to the Indianapolis because Indianapolis wasn't a city that he would even want to live in. So, I think maturity and maybe ego was something that Ryan Leaf had. And I would assume that type of thing can also be painted over a lot of the other young quarterbacks who've been hyped up and then don't pan out, is they probably thought that they had already arrived, that they were already good enough. And when you get to the NFL, everybody's good at football. You have to be able to have a work ethic and a humility to know that you can get better every single day and get coached and everything like that. I think that is the biggest thing. And when you hear me say that, that means the answer is in between the ears. It's all in how you handle situations. It's all in how you view yourself. It's all in how you view your day-to-day work, your off the field work, what you're going to get into. It is said that Peyton Manning walked into his meeting with Bill Polian and he had a briefcase and he started asking Bill Polian questions. And the story goes that Bill Polian immediately afterwards was like, well, that's the guy that I want to get in here, because that guy was mature for his age. He knew that he had to get better every single day. Every coach said that he was working his ass off. Andrew Luck was a obvious lock number one because he was mature. He had the physical stature. He was able to make every single throw, and everybody that ever played alongside him or coached him was like, this guy is just the perfect football player, basically. So he came in and it worked out. He's been hyped up since freshman year of high school. He was the next John Elway. Then when he got to Stanford, he was the next Peyton Manning. And then he actually had to be the next Peyton Manning in Indianapolis, and he never wavered. Every day he had a humility about him. He continued to work. He was a leader, and he went after it. I wish he was more of an asshole, to be honest with you. I think that would have helped us all out if he was a little bit more of an asshole in certain situations, but he was just too nice to be the savage, I think, that you have to be sometimes. But he was obviously an incredible NFL quarterback, and I would assume the same for Trevor Lawrence. Everybody said that they love him. Dabo Swinney said he's a hard-working guy. He's very mature, it seems like. He's been in big situations, and he's been able to perform. I think Trevor Lawrence's transition into the NFL is going to go swimmingly. And if you look at the two GOATs, right, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, and Peyton, obviously. Now, Peyton's the only one out of there that was highly acclaimed. He was one of the only ones that was kind of boosted all the way through when he went to Tennessee and everything. Aaron Rodgers had no scholarship offers coming out of high school, right? Went to a Butte County junior college. Community college, and then he went to Cal. Tom Brady picked whatever the hell it was, whatever they picked, 199 or whatever it is. So they automatically have those chips on their shoulders if they want to. Now, they could have taken that and just sizzled out or fizzled out, like a lot of people that went to probably Butte County Community College, and a lot of people that have been picked 199, no matter what the position, including quarterback, have just fizzled out of the league. Because everybody thinks like, oh, the Russell Wilsons and the Aaron Rodgers, and oh, you can make it whenever you're a late round draft pick, but your competitive drive has to be so high. Your motivation on and off the field has to be so high. You have to want to go get it every single day, and you have to know that the people you're playing against and the people that are trying to take your position, they're going and getting it every single day. So if you take a day off, well, there's somebody else that wants to make your money and to have your spot that is not taking a day off. And there's a lot of people that are just okay with being like making it to the NFL and being in the NFL. But I think the thing that separates why Andrew Luck was Andrew Luck when he could have been, I don't want to say RG3 because he got injured and that wasn't really his fault, but other quarterbacks that maybe didn't pan out, is because every day the mindset was, I have to work. And I think the work ethic, the competitive drive, the motivation, the spite, whatever it is, whichever aspect gets people going, I feel like that is the most important fact of young guys making it. And it feels like everybody says Trevor Lawrence is the exact same guy that Andrew was. A lot of hype around him, shows up to the occasion. occasion. People like him. He's humble and he's a hardworking guy. I think he's going to have success unless Adam Gase is still the coach of the New York Jets.